Hey everyone, it's Arnold here with Overland Explorer Vehicles. I'm inside a brand new 2025 High Country integrated unit. This one's got the Cerbo GX, as you can see, by Victron. But this is the new version of it. I'm not very familiar with it. In fact, this is my first time using it, so I just got the camera set up here. You're going to see my hand pop in and out of the lens here just to kind of take a look at what's going on here. So, I don't know. So far, I think I like it. I know my technicians, they said that they didn't really care for it as much, but let's just, I don't know, I'm looking at it from a very fresh perspective. And so far, I think I like what I see. I can see right here in the top left corner, my shore power is disconnected. True, it is. I'm inside the shop. It's afternoon, don't even have the lights on in the shop. So solar yield, 0 watts, true. Vehicle's not running. So I can see all this stuff. I can see my DC input from the alternator. I can see my DC input from the solar, and I can see my AC input from my shore, all from this one screen. I can see that my inverter charger is off. I can see the status of my battery, state of charge. It's 99%. Just, you know, using the lights that I've got on in here, it's telling me that it's going to take about 30 hours to kill this battery at the current DC loads that are going on here. So I'll turn off the light switch here. I'll watch my DC load here. I can see that on the screen as well. I can see my AC loads. So I'm liking this screen. So far, I'm not sure. And of course, you can see the Bluetooth here as well. So you can still get your Bluetooth just off of this controller. You can see everything from your phone should you want to. But now you just touch it. And down at the bottom here, all your settings, levels, everything else. Well, let's just go through this. So brief, what is that? Brief tells me that I got 99% battery charge. I got 91% full of my fresh water. And my raw water, meaning the gray water in this case, is empty. Okay. I got nothing coming in terms of power from shore, solar, or DC-DC. So it's pretty cool. I can see what I'm consuming in watts in DC energy. I can see what I'm consuming in AC. Nothing. So that's pretty cool. Touch it again. That bottom row populates again. Go back to overview. That's the screen that we were just on. So I can toggle off my inverter here. It's in charger only, so if I click on that, let's see what happens. Boom. Yeah, just like previous, I can go to inverter only, charger only, and off or on. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, perfect. So get off of that, hit cancel. State, I can turn it off from here. Its current limit is fixed in the system configuration. It cannot be adjusted. Okay. So I should be able to turn this thing on, and that would just be coming back to here. So if I went on, boom, the inverter would come on. Is that? I'm not sure if you heard that, but the inverter just fired up. So if I go back, if we go back, hit this back arrow, boom. AC loads 18 watts. So just the inverter sitting there running is consuming 18 watts of power. Okay, so what does that mean in current loads? Well, the current loads that we were looking at before, we had about 30 hours to discharge this battery. Now it's saying you're down to 28 hours. So it's going to consume a little bit more energy. So that's good to know. That's really good to know. Okay, so I'm going to hit here again, and I am going to go back to, well, actually, I'll just go back to the AC loads. Oh, I can't click on there. But here I can't. No, there I can't either. So I'm going to go here. Inverting. There you go. Go to inverting. And I'm going to go back to mode. And I'm just going to go back here. And I'm going to say charge only. And that should hit set or OK. Yep. I heard it just turn off. Let's go back. Take a look. Hit the back arrow, and sure enough, everything's back to normal. Okay, I like it. I like that so far. Okie dokie. So let's go now to levels. There's my tank levels, fresh water, and gray tank, as I said before, it's empty, which is correct. So that's cool. I'm going to go back. Inverter charger. No, I'm going to go back again. No. So I can't go back there. What I can do, so by hitting that, it's just bringing up my inverter, so I can actually do some switching there. Okay, well, don't need to do that. So I'm just going to hit this again. Takes me down. I'm just going to go back to the overview. Well, I don't know. I kind of like it. Before you would have to like slide, and depending on your finger, you know, it was problematic sliding over. It wouldn't move for me all the time. So I'm quite liking this. But what I don't like about it, and I can see what their argument is before is very colorful and you could really see what was going on. I'm standing here. I got my readers on, so I can see this very clearly. I can see that if I didn't have my readers on, how would that impact me? So I'll do that without my reader. Everybody's vision is different, right? So, but you know, I could, if I knew what I was looking at, I got used to it with my readers, and I was, you know, half blind, I'd still be able to navigate around here pretty decently. So yeah, I'm really liking this. What I'm wondering though, is if we can, and I'll have to ask my techs, and I'm sure we can through settings, which I'm not going to go, well, let's go into settings, see what's going on there. So it's just device connectivity, monitoring. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go too far into this. I will ask my guys. I can see the Orion. I can see solar controllers. I can see everything here. Okay. This one's got 2 solar controllers. I'll have to talk to my boys about this and see what they have to say, but I wonder if we could switch this over from, it's a pretty minor thing, if we could switch it over from watts over to amps. Just might, to me, it's a little bit more meaningful, but depends on you. Depends on what you're used to. So that is, in a nutshell, the new Cerbo GX screen. I like it. What do you think? Let us know.